Good Sunday morning. I'm so happy that you're back here with me today. I wanted to say thank you so much for all the subscribers and to all of the views. Now, I'm just learning a little bit about YouTube because I'm a beginner, but I've looked and it says 95% that of people that watch my videos are not even subscribed. And another thing, I can't see anybody that watches my videos. So if you subscribe, I still can't see you, I believe. But anyway, I wanted to get to the topic today. And the topic today is mental health. Now, as we know, it's Mental Health Month. And I wanted to tell you guys something about this. I believe this is more important than our physical health because I believe that everything starts in the mind. Now, this is me and my spirituality. This is me and my beliefs. Doesn't mean you have to believe it, but just hear me out because I believe that if we keep repeating the same things over and over again or doing the same things over and over again, that it can come out to a physical sickness, illness, just like if somebody punched you and kept punching you and kept punching you and they wouldn't stop, it would eventually become a bruise. So I believe that if we keep thinking the negative thoughts, nobody loves me, nobody cares, then it becomes a bruise inside of our bodies that will physically become a disease or an illness or a depression or a sadness. And that is so one of the things that I try to get people to look at their self and realize they are enough, they are loved. Even if there's no one here, even if there's no one there for you, you are loved by God, the universe, whoever you believe, yourself. I have been born in this life in a very tragic family, and I'm not saying I don't love them, but in a very tragic way for me to elevate myself, to look at myself with self-love. A lot of the people that I'm around do not have self-love for themselves, but I wanted that so much. I wanted love, and I said, you know what? I see all these patterns going around, and I'm going to give it to myself. And it's true. You can become and give yourself the love that you've always needed. Now, I'm not saying it replaces the husband or it replaces, any kind of kids' love that I have. I have love and compassion and kindness and for my kids and for a man. I have all that, but I also love myself. Now, a lot of the people that I talk to will say I do love myself. I clean myself up, I do my nails, I get my hair done. That's not love. That's just cleaning your body and making yourself feel better at that moment. Self-love and self-care is watching what you say to yourself. Mental health, right? It's all mental. Watching what you say to other people, watching how you make people feel what you say, and watch how you feel when people say things to you. Because here's the thing, because you're aware of what's going on in your life, what people, places, and things, you're the one that has to change it in here for it to change out here. And once you change the inner you to be loving, kind, compassion, not judgmental, not jealousy, then everybody outside of you changes. I know it sounds like that's not true. That's crazy. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. And it doesn't make sense. It's like magic. It's literally like magic because I will just love, the more I love myself, the more I see people loving in themselves, and the more people love me, and the more people want to give me stuff and just be loving and compassionate to me. It just sounds weird. Now, when I grew up as a child, I did not know this. So I was like, why are you doing this to me? What's wrong with me? I'm bad. I'm not good. I'm sad. I'm depressed. People don't love me. I did all that. And that's why I'm saying today I have changed my life. I have changed my mind. And I bring these videos out to you to let you know that you can do it too. Now, I always say you have to do the work, the shadow work. You have to ask yourself the questions. You have to look inside of your own self. Don't ask somebody else how you're feeling. Ask yourself how you're feeling. Say you come into a room with your mother. How do you feel? You come into a room with your best friend. How do you feel? You come into you have to go to work. How do you feel? Do you feel like, oh God, I got to go to work today? Or, oh my God, I got to go to there today? Because your body knows everything. But your mental and your body has to be in alignment so you can manifest all the things that you want. So if your body's saying, like my daughter was having some problems about anxiety, and her job was just so much. I think her job was so much, but then the people there were just so much. Everybody seemed to have problems, and we all have problems. I'm not saying we don't, but they would just come and just tell her about them. Now, here's the thing. She took them on. And so she was in anxiety. The whole time she went there, my daughter is loving, caring. She wants to fix the world. She wants to fix you. If you have a problem, let her fix you. But here's the thing. You can't fix them. And you can't fix the job, but you can fix yourself. So she completely was in the hospital and everything and had to not be at that job anymore to get away, to get her back in her own space and her own energy, and mentally be able to survive. Since she's been out, since she's been out, I say it like it's been out of a prison, been out of that job, not prison, I'm kidding, but it seems like it was a prison to her. And we do this to ourselves for money. And I know people always get on to me like, well, what are we going to do? Quit our job? No, but you can find something better, or you can find something not as stressful. And there's other ways to do it. There's plenty of jobs out here. I make up jobs. I have jobs, I just make them up and I do them and I sell stuff. And, the other day I wanted to clean out the garage. So I just started bagging everything in bags, put them online for $40 a piece. People were just buying them straight out, garage clean. And I made money. So it was a job. It wasn't a job, but it was making money. So, but you have to expand your mind so you can think at that, or think about things you can do. Well, you will not, and I know this for 100%, you will not be creative. You will not have creative thoughts in a busy environment. Like, I have a job, I have kids, I have a husband, I have to do laundry, I have to do that. And I'm not saying you can't be creative in that situation, but you have to give yourself time. You have to give yourself time to sit, time to journal, all the things, things that bring you peace and love to your own health, which is your mental health. We're not talking about, and we're actually talking about your physical health too, because your mental health, if you don't have your mental health, you're not going to have your physical health. You're just not. And also you can be thrown into it. I have right now, what do you call it? Adrenal fatigue, which is where my nervous system is like locked up like this. Now, I've known about it for a couple days because I kept getting allergies. I kept having my stomach problems. I kept having like up at nighttime. I don't stay up at nighttime. I sleep. So because I was up at nighttime, I thought, and then my body was racing, my heart was racing, and I was like, okay, so my body's trying to tell me something. I need to calm it down. My nervous system is out of balance. I have got to get it in balance. There is no pill. There is no, it's all holistic, that you have to get your adrenal glands together, because you have to do peaceful, mindful things that calms your body down. So you have a vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve will calm your body down, because what happens is when you're in anxiety, your mind thinks, oh my God, we've got to go and do this. And a tiger's chasing us. The house is burning down. Everything's happening right now. When you're laying in bed, nothing's even happening. But your body keeps the score. It thinks that things are going on and let's go do this and we have to do this. And no, You have to have rest. You have to be calm. You have to get out of your mind, our mental mind, and say, you are safe. You have to tell your body you're safe. There's nothing you have to do right now. There's nowhere you need to go right now. And I'm talking, you have to do this maybe for months. I can already see the change in 2 or 3 days. I have meditated for the last 15 years, so I have a little bit of calming of my mind. And one thing about me that is good, a lot of people will say this, you act like a child. I'm responsible. Like, I can pay bills, I can do, house, I can have a marriage, I do all the things, but I love to just be, do whatever, go with the flow. Let's go here, let's do this, let's have fun. I'm into the fun, I'm into the flow, so I love to, and that takes me out of my mind. I'm not thinking about it. I'm like, well, let's do this, let's go skating, let's go to the beach, I'm ready to do all that. Always. So I'm always like this little kid inside, but it keeps me out of my head and I'm having fun. Because if we're going to manifest stuff in our life, we want to manifest, because we're going to manifest it anyway, with love and joy, compassion, and carefree, and that's how children are. Children are, I'm an astronaut, I'm a, ballerina, let's eat all the whole cake, let's eat dirt, whatever. They're just like, they don't care. They're just like, oh my gosh, all day I was an astronaut on space, Mom, did you see me? Literally. I had my grandson, I remember, this is coming back to me right now. We were at a grocery store and he was on a horse, and one of those horses you just put the quarters in, and he said, Grandma, move out of the way. And that's imagination. So also, we imagine our nation that we live in. Our imagination creates our nation that we live in. And I don't mean the out here, I mean in here, or right here, like right in this square. So if I imagine that this is the best day ever, then this is my best day ever. If I imagine I am a ballerina, then I can flip around my house all day and I will be a ballerina. I can imagine I'm going to write a book, and I did. I can imagine that I sell on eBay, and I do. I can imagine today I'm going to go to the store and do this, and I do. Yesterday, I imagined that I sat home and watched Netflix for 7 episodes, I think, of one show. It was amazing. I haven't done that in, I don't know, I can't remember when. So we create, but it's also with our mind. My mind said, okay, you're going to relax today and watch Netflix. Yeah. Then my mind said, well, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to the store. Yes. Then my mind says, I'm going to take off and just go to Gatlinburg. Did that, But we create it. Or we could do this. Oh my God. One little pain. Oh my God, I'm dying. We better call the doctor. Let's look up all over the YouTube. Let's look up Google and see what's going on, because I'm dying. When a lot of times, if you just sit with the pain, just like, oh, I'm having a pain in my side. Just breathe into it. Oh my gosh. I think it's going away. Oh my God. But see, if you get on this, like, I'm dying, and then you're looping it, and then you're, oh my gosh, I have to find somebody. Can you, hold on. I got to call somebody and tell them, hey, my side's hurting. Da, da, da. I have, because then you're carrying it on, and it could be weeks, days, months. And by the time you get to the doctors, you have a full blown whatever, because you've created it. You have recreated it. Now, I know a lot of people is going to give me heat, like, you don't create everything. And I'm just saying, you have a lot of mental space up here that you can create with. So we just have to choose our thoughts, choose our thinking, choose what we want. I am not 100%, never. But I try to stay in joy, happiness, loving, caring, compassion. I try not to judgmental people, but I do. I try not to be jealous, but I am. But I try to do it. If I do it, I am catching myself like this. oh, I felt like she was better than me. Is this true? No, that's not true. Can I have whatever she has if I want to do what she did to get it? Yes. So now you're bringing yourself back. Do you want to do this, what she does to, I did this the other day. Some lady said, I want you to come and join our group. And I was like, okay, cool. I make millions of dollars. And I'm like, all right. Well, then, do you want to make millions of dollars? I'm like, heck yeah, let's do that. Well, then I have 23 employees underneath me, and I'm, hello? No, I don't want to take care of 23 employees and know what they're doing. I don't want, not that I don't want the $1 million, bring that on. Can we find a different way? Because I don't want to run 23 employees, not at my age of the game. I'll like $1 million and have it come easily and peacefully, and I believe it can. Or, just enough, I don't want to say just enough, because that's creating, our words create. And if our words create and our words come from our head, then we have to watch what we're thinking, because we first think and then we speak it, and then the universe takes it out and creates it. And our feelings are so important. So if you feel good and loving today, and you're going to see your grandkids, and you're going to hang out with your dog, and you and your kids are going to go out for a walk, hiking. I love doing that. And it's sunny outside, which it hasn't been, and it has made my mood differently. Then you have to choose. You're gonna manifest wonderful things. But if I get up today and I say it's raining, and I'm just gonna be an ass all day, and I'm not gonna talk to anybody, and I'm tired of this rain, and there's nothing I can do about the rain. Like, it's gonna rain or shine regardless of what I'm doing. So the way I react to it is my choice. So I can be like, you're pissing me off, rain. Or you can say, well, here's a day, like yesterday, it rained all day. And I said, you know what? I'm taking a day for myself. It's going to be self-care day, love care day, do whatever Suzette wants to do in the house day. That's what I chose. So I was still in my high vibe, because we have to keep up here in the high vibe if we want to manifest. I know I talk a lot about manifesting, but I believe in spiritual manifesting. I believe in, we have to do things to manifest, but I also believe you can bring things in your life with your mind, because I've done it. So here recently, I've been more connected to my psychic awareness. I've been like writing stuff down, and then it happens, or I've been seeing things out the side of my eyes. So I think I'm opening up more to the possibilities of those things to come to me. And that's another thing. We have to think mentally. Here's a great example. So I want to start a job, my own business. I'm going to start a cleaning business. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to get this and this and this. And then somebody calls you and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do that. No, you're already blocking it. You have to be open and to move and mail, okay, what's going on? Well, I can't do that because I don't have a broom yet, or I can't do this because you're stopping your own self. You just say yes, and then you figure it out. I opened a consignment store 20 years ago, and everybody in my family said, you're crazy. Nothing's going to happen. It stayed there for 15 years. And we had one hell of a time, and that was where I could be my 12-year-old self all the time. It was amazing. And that's how I think I became still young, because I always kept something that I loved in my life. That's mental. That's mental health. Keep something in. Like, I love clothing. I have sold on eBay for over 20 years because I love clothing. I love to sell. I love to make money. I love all that. So, and I love thrifting. And then the last 15 years, I've brought up this spirituality. Actually, it came to me. I believe that. The awareness. And now I love teaching all the stuff that I receive so I can help anybody out here that needs help. And that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to help each other on our way back home, to heaven, to God, to wherever. But we can also make heaven here on earth, but it's all mental. It's all mental. I'm telling you guys, it's all mental, because you have to be aware of what you're thinking and make the situation good. You have to be, this is going to be a good day regardless of the rain, regardless of the snow, regardless of where I'm at, regardless of, you know, the very first podcast I did, I lived in Florida. The very first podcast I did, that day, a Buddha dropped on my foot. I mean, like an hour. And Alasa was the first person to come on my podcast. And she's like, come on, we got to go. And I'm like, oh, I mean, my whole foot was bruised. It was throbbing through the whole thing. And if you look at that, it was amazing. It looked like, oh yeah, I did it anyway. Because this is what we have to do. We can just do it anyway and be that strong person if we choose to. It's a choice in our head. I can choose not to do this video. I can choose not to share it. I can choose to just go to bed and do nothing all day. Or I can choose to, one person, even if one person heard this, it could change their life, and they could know that their physical body could turn into, oh, I am well. I am healthy. I can get up. I can walk. I can, instead of I can't, or this hurts, or that hurts, or that. I never say anything about things hurting. Like, people will say, well, I haven't seen you in a couple of days. I'm just like, yeah, I had the pain right here. And they're like, well, why didn't you tell me? I don't sit around and talk about that. But I do talk about like how wonderful and great stuff is. I get heat for that too, but you have to celebrate. You have to celebrate your wins. You have to, if you want to be in high vibe, then you need to talk high vibe. If you want to be in low vibe, negativity, and attract all that stuff down here, I don't have my power versus force is a chart. I have one of them. I'm gonna show you guys next time, but it's a chart, and it says love is the highest frequency, but then sadness and guilt and shame and all that. And you guys, I'm talking a little bit about what mental can do, but you could have guilt, shame, resentment. You can have all that. That's leading back to your childhood trauma. That's why you're negative. That's why you're this. And you don't even know that you are. So don't take this video as just like, oh, I can just start doing it. You can just start doing it. But when you get in the ruts of why am I going back negative, because you will, I do too, and then say why. And it could be a childhood trauma. It could be, it's usually something that happened in your past. And once you get that and clear that out, you will be able to rise up higher and higher and higher of mental consciousness, because that's what it is. Mental consciousness, mental awareness. And that's why I have the life coaching, and I have all these videos on here that you can watch, or you can message me at any time. So I think that's all I want to say today about the mental awareness, but it's Mental Awareness Month. I might do a series. I'm really thinking about doing it, because this is what I love. I want to teach people all the things that I've learned that's changed my life, because I was negative. Like, I thought I was a narcissist, half narcissist, a codependent, just talk negative all the time. I mean, it was horrible, and I don't do that anymore. Now, I do sometimes, because I'm human. We're all human, but I'd say 90% of the time, I'm good. 90% of the time. So, and I feel that, and I feel my body feels amazing, and even when it doesn't, I know what to do to get out of it. That's the thing. Will we have problems? We'll always have problems as long as we're alive, but how long are you going to stay in the problem? That's the part that we need to know. So something tragic happens. Let's start fixing it now, not wait 2 years, 5 years, 6 years. And I've done this too. I have done this. I am right here with you, but I have passed that journey of I can get it in minutes, in seconds sometimes. Like, oh my gosh, I'm falling back in that pattern. Oh my gosh, that negativity is happening. What do I need to change in my mind to get me out of it? Get out of the loop, get out of the loop. Because once you're in the loop, how long are you going to be in there? You've got to get out of it, because then that's what you're attracting. Oh, I'm jealous of that person. Oh, nope, bring it back. Why? Ask yourself the questions. I put my book out on Amazon, Believe, but I'm going to rewrite it and put it on my Stand store, because for some reason they're having a problem with it. And I'm going to put a workbook with it, because I think if you ask yourself the questions, that's the important part. To read the book and then have the awareness, but then ask the questions and ask yourself in the journal and write it out for yourself, because mine will be different than yours, and yours are the ones that you have to get rid of. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for all the subscribers. Thank you so much for the views. I so appreciate it all, and I'm just going to keep going, and I hope you keep watching. Please subscribe, please share out, and telling everybody that it's okay. We're all okay. We're all gonna be okay, and we just need to watch what we're thinking, watch what we're doing. We have to be aware. That's basically it. We have to be aware. I love you guys so much. Bye.